Well, hey,
Yes,
we got a
sir.
bunch of people on here today, and I want to interview you. If you're a guest here, this is Courtney Atkinson. He is a celebrity agent up in Canada, one of the top agents in Canada. How long have you had your brokerage now up there, Courtney, in Alberta?
Yeah, we've been an independent brokerage. We were an independent brokerage since 2017 January, so it's about 3.5 years. We just moved over.
Awesome. And you're a boutique brokerage. You're not this massive 500 agent brokerage. I think you have what, 10, 15, 20 agents, something like that?
Yeah, about 20. We run 2 markets, Lethbridge and Medicine Hat. So we cover off southern Alberta. That's BC to Saskatchewan, basically south of Calgary.
Awesome. And then this last year, how many sales did you guys do with your 20 agents?
Yeah, about 350 and about 100 million in volume.
That's awesome. 350 transactions. And this year, hopefully the pandemic thing, we get through that. But what are you hoping to sell numbers wise this year? You got any estimates? Just another 350 or 4 or?
Yeah, I'm optimistic, man. We had a strong March. I mean, we had our best March ever. And our April, frankly, was average. Like we did a good amount of business. I bet you we're still ahead this year. In fact,
you might even do 400 this year or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the hope. We want to crack 400 for sure. We've got some new agents coming into production that are finishing up our boot camp program. And we've got a couple new folks that have started in our Medicine Hat office. And so, man, I'll tell you what, so much gratitude that I share for my team and the hard work that they've been doing, just doing their diligence, following up with people, just doing touch bases and making sure that they're engaged, caring. We just had a coaching call that I just got off of. There's 9 of them on there. Just like really, really putting in the work, and it makes a big difference.
Very nice. Very nice. By the way, are you sitting at a poker table? What is that thing? It looks like.
How do you know? Can you tell?
I see the cup holder. I just now picked that up.
It's true, man. I've totally repurposed my poker table. And I'll tell you what, Brent, I used to have a lot more fun before I had a 5 and a 3.5-year-old. We'd have a lot of guys around here. I've got like a 1960s like cigar tray for smoking inside and everything. And now it's just an office.
That's awesome. That's so funny. I saw the little circle back to the right. I go, that's a poker table, the little kind of a bumper on the edge.
Yeah, you got it.
So let's talk about eXp. A lot of people just saw the modelexplained.com for the first or second time. They're considering our company. You just came to our company. I mean, you've been here for what, 5 years? Just kidding. How long have you been at eXp now? How long has it been?
I'm looking at my watch here to see what day it is. It's the 29th. My team made the move on the 1st of April, and I don't think I came over till the 2nd week of the month. So maybe I'm like 2 to 3 weeks, something like that.
So he's a newbie. So if you're thinking about eXp, now here's a good thing. One thing about Courtney, he's very analytical, very organized, very methodical. You did not rush into this. You actually did your homework. You due diligence for, I would say, months and months and months and months and months. You really tore it apart. How long do you think you spent really looking at eXp before you made the jump?
Dude, I'm gonna caveat this by saying, I was just watching your video, the model explained, and I believe this: everybody should do whatever due diligence is appropriate for them. But I don't know. It just takes me a long time to get my head around things, and I wish this one thing. You say in 5 years, you'll still be at your old brokerage. And there's one thing that I wish that I had done was made that decision faster and done it a year ago. Because I was thinking about this 2 years ago. And I want to say thanks to you, Brent, because you've been answering all these questions, you and my friend Jeff Wilms, for the past 1.5 years, 2 years, maybe even longer than that. And I got all the pieces that I needed and then had a chance to run it by my team. We broke it apart, had you guys present, and that took a long time,
It did.
It did, but here we are, and we couldn't be more thrilled. We just wish that we'd done it sooner. That's all.
So let me ask you, maybe what a lot of people are thinking. I always say there's 5 reasons to come to eXp. Pillars. There's more, but you got a 6th would be mitigation of liability. You're no longer the broker renter for those 20 yahoos if they trip and make a mistake. Yeah, Courtney's like, there's a 6th, but you got your stock awards, your revenue share, your training and education. 147 classes last week, you guys. Your lead generation, stock awards, whatever they are. What was it for you, Courtney? What kind of Was it a variety of things, or what one or two or three things really kind of like grabbed a hold of you and you said, I need to do this?
There were a few things. So one of the things that I've learned over the years, Brent, is that what works best for me in the long run is what serves the people that I serve. And so I looked really closely at how I was going to be able to have the most impact for the people that I was working for, my agents and our clients. And we felt that the model was going to put more money in the jeans of the agents with lower fees, that it was going to be a lot more value between the training, coaching, and the support, and that there was going to be massive opportunity for our agents to be able to generate passive income through stock options and revenue share. And,
Nice.
trust me, we were really proud as independent brokers, man. We were, and I'm still proud that I had that experience, make no mistake. But, as an independent broker, there is only so much that you can do. There's only so much resources. There's only so much that you can give back. And by being part of this agent owned brokerage, that pool is just immensely bigger. And what I'm finding is that culturally, there are so many people that share these same values that we're having be part of a network of even more people that want the same things for one another. And it's just incredible.
Wonderful. Now, what have you called? What is your brand up in Alberta you've had for 3.5 years?
So we were called Atkinson Realty. Prior to that, we were with Century 21. We were the Atkinson team at Century 21. So a very nominal change. We just changed
You
the
were one of
word.
the top teams at Century 21,
Oh, we were the top team. Yeah.
and then you went independent.
Yeah. Then we went
Now
independent, open. Yeah.
and you put your team on the eXp tech platform. Did you have
Yeah.
to give up your name, Atkins Realty?
In Canada, you do. So we moved back to being the Atkinson team at eXp Realty. So that word realty in Alberta is a very important word. It can only be
Stumbling block.
associated with a brokerage. Yeah.
Gotcha. So the nice thing is I'm Brent Gove Real Estate in California for 20 years, and I'm Brent Gove Real Estate brokered by eXp Realty. And so there
Yeah.
are different laws in different provinces of Canada, in different states. Even some states, they have a problem with that. But I'm able to be Brent Gove Real Estate. 80% of that sign pen on the lower 20 is, you got to follow the laws of each state or province. So here you are. And so what was it that, maybe answer the question. I remember you actually answering the question, but was it the revenue share? Was it the stock? What was it that kind of rang your bell that you go, we need to do this?
Yeah, I'll answer that from the selfish perspective. One of the things that I've learned over the years, Brent, that I've been very skillful at is my influence in the industry, my ability to bring people into our organization, to help and support others through coaching and mentorship. And I was looking at this like, hey, listen, I have influence. I know a lot of people, and I get a lot of people fired up. I mean, you have that same ability, right? You're just the kind of guy that people want to be around. You're super giving, and you're ambitious, you're hardworking, you're friendly, you're kind, all that stuff, right? And so here's the thing, a lot of realtors are like that. And that makes all of us kind of natural recruiters and attractors. And I thought, well, gosh, listen, I'm already doing this anyways. I'm already bringing people into my brokerage. One of the things that I know about eXp is that when you have a model this prolific, that has the fee structure so competitive, that has the opportunity to earn stock back, that has all the support, all the coaching. I mean, it's crazy how much training is available in eXp world. When you offer all these things and you're giving somebody back cash for doing what they'd already do, which is bring their buddies to hang out with them at their brokerage, well, then why wouldn't you want that? Like, why would you not want to be a part of that? It doesn't take any additional effort. We're all attracting people to be around us. We all want to work with our friends anyway. And heck, now I'm going to catch a piece of my buddy's business. He's having a great time. She's having a great time. They're all making more money. They're all part of something amazing. And we're all earning a little bit of additional passive income by doing stuff that was already happening anyway. It's a no-brainer.
You reminded me of something. A gentleman back east, he's, some of those guys from New Jersey and New York are pretty tough, right? And he's like, I don't want to make money off of my friends. And it's like, somehow you're taking the, if your friends love it and you're making some money and they're grateful. But it was funny. I said, okay, well, let's go with that. So your brokerage, they don't, if you tell your friends to go to work there, he goes, I have. I go, do you get any stock or revenue sharing back? Because they're collecting from your friends. They don't have a problem. making money off of your friends.
Yeah, right.
He goes, yeah, no, we don't do anything like that. And I said, so you think it's bad if you bring an amazing person to eXp and eXp says thank you and pretty much pays you almost every time they sell a house forever? You think
Right.
that's a bad thing? He goes, yes. And I said, okay, I can't help you.
I can't help you, man.
Yeah, you work for Keep It All Real Estate, which is how most brokerages work, because they have massive overhead and they can't revenue share if they wanted to, because they have all these offices and staff and copiers and computers and big screen TVs and all this sort. I mean, I have an office too. This is my Regis office. My family sick of me after 40 days. They booted me. I have 5 kids. I have a big house, and they still said, you are too loud. You're too animated. So I'm down here at the office. But here's the deal. This is $950 a month. I have friends who run offices where their leases are $44,000 a month, $55,000 a month, and they're empty right now. So virtual is where it's at. Ask Amazon, Netflix, Uber, Travelocity, Airbnb. And I'm so excited you're here. But it was funny. I told the guy, so you work for Keep It All Real Estate. You like it that way. And he's like, well, I never really thought about it that way. I go, eXp just doesn't keep it all. If that makes us bad or evil, I don't understand the mentality there, right? And so I kind of want, he's thinking about us. That's funny.
Well, I hope he makes the right decision, because, when I thought about it, I was looking at that, and I'll tell you, one of the things that I kind of key to when I'm looking at making decisions, Brent, is about culture and about alignment. Okay. And so I want to see alignment in a human being. I want to see alignment in how they treat their partner, their wife, or their husband. I want to see alignment in the way that they treat their clients, the way that they treat their colleagues. Like, this is what I look for the people that I want to be associated with, for the businesses that I want to be associated with. And in eXp, I saw an organization that was bottom up, agent owned, where people were making decisions to benefit the whole, and where they were sharing the wealth. There was really all the things were in alignment, culturally, monetarily, in the way that we train, support one another in our growth. It seems non-competitive to me, which seems very strange and completely unconventional compared to what I've been used to, but totally like what I was trying to create with my independent brokerage, but couldn't do it at the same scale.
Yeah. We all own it together. It's pretty cool. Rising tide rises all ships. Man, that stock keeps climbing. I don't know if you've been watching.
I just got some today. Hey, this is a timely phone call. Did you know that, like, does this happen every whatever that is, the end of the month? I just got some stock emailed to me, apparently.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And it's your first month at our company.
Yeah, right.
So I can't ask you what you've done, because you're brand new. You're a newbie at eXp. But I can ask you what you hope to do. Let's say a year from now. I'm going to tell you what my goal was when I was in your seat at that poker table.
Okay.
And I thought, I think I could easily sign up 10 or 15 people for eXp. I'm not talking about my team. I'm talking about 10 or 15 other agents out there. There's 2 million throughout the U.S. By the way, not one person has jumped off this call. They like you, Courtney. Usually you jump off every single person. But here's the deal. My goal was to maybe tell 10 or 15 people my first year and have that grow into 100, maybe 150. That was my goal. That was it 3.5 years ago. And if your goal's smaller, great. If it's bigger, great. But where do you see yourself? There were 1,300 of us 3.5 years ago, not 30,000, headed to 300,000. But I'm trying to cover for myself for having such goals. I think they're pretty high. Where do you see yourself? April 2021, it's a year from now. How many agents will you have personally attracted outside of your team? Let's not count your team. Outside of your team. Yeah. And on your front line. And then how many would be in your organization? As a new person, what do you hope to achieve?
Well, I'm going to give you the first 2 weeks, okay? I think it's been not quite 3 weeks that I've been with eXp personally. I can tell you that right now we've got 4 people that are already signed, sealed, and delivered. They're already committed and with us. And there's another 4 that are probably going to join in the next week or 2. So by the end of, say the first week in May. So what's that going to give us? 5 or 8? Those will be all first line within the first month for sure. I've got meetings set up already with probably another dozen people. What's interesting is this, people that are on this call, they're pillars of their community in one way or another. They're influencers sometimes in ways that they don't understand. And one of the things that's attractive to me about this model is that those people will just put up their hand and say, "Hey, Court, tell me about this thing. What you guys make this move, right?" And we're just telling the story, much like you're doing now. I mean, I'm just saying, "Hey, listen, this is why I believe in it. Do it or don't do it. Like, totally up to you. But this is why it makes sense to me." And so for those reasons, based on the success that we've had so far and the lofty goals that I've established for myself, realistically, I think that in my organization, I should have 350 people in the next 12 months. I look into end of March next year. That's my goal, is to have 350
Wow.
in my organization. I think
I
that's
wish
doable.
I
And
saw it that big. You're triple what my goal was. So here's the exciting thing. 13 months later, I had 870. And so my goal was 100, 150. I had 870. It just worked so much better than I thought.
yeah,
And then, so I'm telling you right now, you may be surprised if you're signing up, essentially 8 people in your first 30 days. And even if you just do a Wimpy 5 a month for the next 12 months, what is that?
hmm
60 on top of those. You'd have 68 on your front level. It takes
yeah,
40 to unlock all 7 levels. You're way over the 40. And then they tell their friends, you tell their friends, you tell their friends and colleagues, and the ripple effect going out. You might just end up with 16, 17, 1800. I did
wow,
one time. I didn't do independent brokerages. You came, 20 people followed you. Bam, right? And so
yeah,
I'm very excited for you. I tell you what, let's just go with your goal. If you have 850, that's going to make you about 600,000 a year in rev share outside of your sales, outside of what your team produces.
hmm
Would 600,000 a year outside of everything you're currently doing help you pay out, chunk down your mortgages sooner, get in a position to retire sooner, diversify, all that good stuff?
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, it's a funny time to ask that question, Brent. If you had asked me that question 6 months ago before COVID-19, I would have given you a different answer. My vision now is to be a little bit more simple. My goal is to be absolutely debt free. I have some mortgages that I carry on investment properties, commercial and residential. I'm at the space in my life right now because of what we've all been through together as a world, where I'm just like, you know what, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to pay down debt. Like, I
Love.
literally want to have zero mortgages, still going to live a nice lifestyle, make some investments, set my children up for a great lifestyle, and just be the same guy that I'm doing, do the same things that I'm doing. I love talking to people. I love supporting people. I love coaching. I love selling real estate. I'm just going to keep on doing all that stuff, but have more money in the bank and be less stressed about it.
That's
Like, what's bad
wonderful.
about that? Yeah.
So as we wrap up this interview, we're hoping we get to do our Tony Robbins event. I have in August 26th, 27th, and 28th in Dallas at the Gaylord Resort. It's a 5-star resort, golf, swimming, fun, amazing. And
Mm.
made a lot of money, which Tony Robbins already has of my money, $250,000. That comes
Is
speak
that
for
what it
3
was?
hours. I'm like,
Oh
man,
man.
this event better happen. He offered to refund it. I'm like, just keep it. If we don't get to do the event, I got you on. You work for me now, Tony Robbins. But, he's going to fly into our event for 3 days. But would you, if that event does come together and it's safe and cool, would you? We're gonna have thousands of agents there, probably 3,000 or 4,000. Would you plan on coming out to that if everything's safe and good? Would you be there?
Yeah, 100%.
Awesome, awesome. So for everyone else, come. It's going to be amazing. Parting thoughts, Courtney. If someone's taking a deep dive, we know your biggest regret is that you waited a year or two. You wish you would have done it sooner. But what would
Mhm.
you say to the people watching this who are on the fence and they're going, man, should I? I don't know if it's going to work. Any advice for them on due diligence or taking the next step?
Yeah, I can tell you this: the doubts that you have, they're not real. They're manifested from somewhere else. And the fact is, the model works. It's legitimate. The people are amazing. We're all doing it for the right reasons, and it's something great to be a part of. So stop sitting on the sidelines. You're not going to find anything funky. You're not going to find anything sketchy. You're not going to find people that are mean or heartless. You're going to find a great community, and you're going to be able to still sell real estate. You'll just have more money to do it with.
Yeah. I'll end it with the quote. I'm a quote guy. I love it. Well said, Courtney. Well said. And the quote goes like this. It goes, I would rather fail daring mighty deeds than to have tried nothing and succeeded. Isn't that
Yeah.
a good one, right? I mean, everyone plays it so safe. When they ask people late in their 80s and 90s, late in life, in their 90s, they'll say, what do you regret about your life? And every time they say that I did take more risks, that I
Mm-hmm.
didn't buy that dry cleaner or start that ranch or do that farm or open that IT business, that I played it safe. And I
Yeah.
wish I'd gotten barefoot early in the spring and stayed barefoot later in the fall. Lived my life. It wasn't so from a protective thing. I love that quote. It's a good one. Well, Courtney,
Yeah.
thanks
Thanks
for
for
being
sharing that.
on today. And
Yeah. Anytime.
call me. I told you I would help you. I'm here for you. You got my cell number. Everyone else, we help each other. If you need me to talk to someone later today, tomorrow, I'm your guy. And so excited to help you. Welcome to eXp, and thanks for being my guest today.
Take care,
All
man.
right.
Thanks for having me. Good chatting with you.